more blending. Hi, Chris Butler. We're going to do a little bit more blending like we did yesterday, but we're going to use smaller little Stampin' Daubers. I mentioned these in my Wackadoo Facebook Live yesterday. And we're going to do a card similar to a card we did in my class. And I know a couple of you that are on made this card. But we're going to use kind of the same folding technique on this one, but it's going to be using some classy paper. It's going to be a little classy card. We're going to be using, okay, this is the Magnolia Lane paper. You get 2 sheets of each print. They're double-sided. Petal Pink and Mossy Meadow are the, look at this. Oh, I'm in love with that. Doesn't it look like your grandma's wallpaper? Are the 2 main colors. Petal Pink and So Saffron. So we're going to pull those colors out with our inks today. And then we're also going to use a piece of foil paper that right now you can get in the celebration for free. It's from the second release. And mine came yesterday, so I wanted to play with it. It's on page 3 of the new celebration brochure. And if you go to my blog, theplaidpoodle.com, and go to the catalog tab, you can see it online if you don't have an actual brochure. But it's the Flowering Foils Specialty Designer Series paper. And you get 3 pieces of 4 different prints. And they're all foiled with silver foil and the, is it the pink blush? Is that what it's called? Rose gold foil, sorry. Very pretty. And we're just going to use a little snippet of it today for our card. I just cut out a little flower from this print. Because my card is only going to be a 4x4 card. I was going to use the big 2 flowers, but then I decided for the smaller card, I just need 1 flower, so that saves me some paper. Here's the 2 flowers that I had originally cut out to use. So before we assemble our card, let's, I'm taking the little piece of paper that I cut out, the flower that I cut out of the Flowering Foils paper, and I'm going to use Petal Pink because it coordinates with our Designer Series paper, and So Saffron. And these are subtle colors with Stampin' Up. So I'm going to take the So Saffron, actually we're going to use a little Mossy Meadow too, and I'm just going to kind of, I don't want it to be overwhelming, but I'm just going to kind of put it in the middle of my flower. That might even be too much right there. And then I'm going to fill in the petals with this Petal Pink. And I kind of want it to be darker down here by the yellow and then lighter as it goes out to the petals. It's so pretty. You could use any color. And I just love how the foil, it's kind of like our card that we did yesterday where it's resisting the ink. The foil resists the ink. I'm going to take a little bit more yellow, just kind of add a little bit of yellow. I don't know if the camera picks that up. Hey Betty Holton, how are you? I missed you. I hope you're doing good. I hope everyone's doing good. Okay, now I'm going to take the Mossy Meadow, and because I didn't think this ahead of time, I'm going to take my So Saffron blender, and I'm just going to kind of fill in these leaves with the Mossy Meadow. I redid my filming for my project from yesterday, and I'll have a post up on my blog probably later tonight with a better video. That one I did yesterday was so confusing, and if you don't stay to the end, you're not sure what's going on. I spent quite a lot of time getting my equipment set up today, so I wouldn't have such a, I was just a little scatterbrained yesterday. Okay, there's the leaves. And I think I'm going to add a little bit of the petal pink here on these little doodads. Oh, you're fighting allergies? Ugh, I think I am too. I've just had a, you know, just a drippy nose, but nothing else, and I feel fine. We're all homebound right now, so. My husband's office, he went in yesterday. They were encouraged to work from home on Monday, so he went in on Tuesday because he didn't have his equipment, his computer and stuff. And yesterday they said, pack it up and get out of here. So, and my daughter-in-law is also working from home. So I think our city's really doing its job to make this the least impactful on our, you know, on our population. Then it's when people don't take it seriously. The hospitals will get all bogged down. And we don't want to stress our medical people out, for sure. Okay, so now I've cut that out, and I think I'm going to put a little green right there. It just looks kind of bare. So I'm going to go back with my Mossy Meadow. It's going to be kind of hard to get it right there, but I think, there we go. I had a lot of white showing through there. So what we have done, ladies, is we have taken one of these flowers, the gold full flowers, and we've colored it. Isn't that beautiful? I love that foil. Okay, now all we have to do now is put the card together, just a bunch of pieces, and do a little stamping. So what you're going to do is take an 8.5 by 4 1/4 inch piece of cardstock for your base, your card base, and I have scored it at 2 1/8. So I just used my, if you have a scoring tool, I just used my trimmer. It has a scoring blade, and I scored it at 2 1/8 and then 4 1/4. Basically what we did is we cut this piece in half. Then you're going to fold it over like a card, and then this little section here fold back. That's going to make your card front. Then you're going to take a piece of 4 1/4 by 4 1/4 inch matching cardstock. So this is Mossy Meadow. I went with all the coordinating colors. And we're going to adhere it to this little flap right here. So I am going to just swirl some glue on here. So now when your card opens, you're going to have this little flap. Okay, now on the front of the card, we're not doing a whole lot of stamping either. I'm going to layer some basic black, some petal pink, and that beautiful designer series paper. And these squares are 3.5 by 3.5 is the basic black one. And like I said, when I'm done filming here, or when we're done with the live, when I post the post on my Facebook page, I'll put all the dimensions for you. They'll eventually be up on my blog, but it'll be faster if I just give them to you today. Okay, and then the little petal pink one is 3.25 by 3.25. Got confused there for a minute. And I'm going to center it on there. And then the final piece of DSP is 3 by 3. So see, you're saving your beautiful paper. It's kind of accenting the card. But you can make a lot of projects out of it because you're not using so much. It's kind of the accent. I just think it's pretty just like that. I love it. I love that paper. Then this is going to be our inside, our insert here. So I am going to stamp it with my Stamparatus because it's a sentiment and I just like to do that. And the sentiment is from the Good Morning Magnolia what do you call it? Series or collection? I'm so verbally inept. And it has dies to match, beautiful dies. You can make some beautiful things with this. I think a couple of you might have this set. This is in the annual catalog. So if you purchase the two together in a bundle, you save 10% on that. Okay, so I've put the sentiment, which is the journey of life is best shared with a friend. We'll get through this together. Isn't that just so appropriate for this time? So I've placed the sentiment. I'm going to be placing this here at the bottom. So I've determined that I want my sentiment to be centered on what's left. So keep that in mind when you're doing that. Doing your stamping. Sweet. You're right, Carol. That's what I was trying to think of. Okay. I just like to use my Stamparatus when I'm using the cling stamps to make sure everything's straight. Now we can glue on, well, let's put this on the inside of our card. So here's how your card is going to close. So when you open it up with the crease up top. This is going to go right there. And I'm just going to center that on there. And then where we want this to be is we want it to just kind of, it's hard to show you because you're up there and I'm down here, but we want it to be a little doorstop like for this part so that you can stand the card upright on a table. Does that make sense? And I forgot to give you the dimensions of these little guys. So I will get everything posted real soon. think these colors are so rich and pretty. See how you want that to kind of be the doorstop? I don't know what else to call it. Edge. So I'm going to put that right here. So when the card is open on the table, it's real pretty. Now for the front, we're just going to pop this little guy on, and I think we're going to add a little ribbon underneath. So I am just going to make like I'm making a bow to determine how big I want it to be. I'm not going to really do a bow because it's going to be under this flower. We're going to plop it up under there. I just want that ribbon to be peeking out from underneath, so I think that's probably enough. Could be a little bit more. So what I'm going to do now is take a mini glue dot, kind of use a mini glue dot to hold this ribbon together. Oh, this is going to be so pretty. Do you guys decide that? Do you say that to yourselves when you make something you like? Oh, might not have left enough on this side. See how I'm just kind of crisscrossing it so it's just kind of peeking out? I think I'll put one more mini glue dot on this piece. Trying to make it go a different way than it wants to go. Okay, now I'm just going to put my flower on there with some Stampin' Dimensionals. Kind of decide how we want that. There we go. Ooh, I love it. I'm just gonna do that. So there is the card. I just saw this card laying around my office. The sharp tool called, the little pokey thing I was using. This thing, Donna. This is a piercer, stamping piercer. I think we still carry them. Let me look. All the tools, they change them up. There is a piercer on the Take Your Pick tool on page 189. So I'm wondering if they replaced this with that. I should start using my Take Your Pick tool. I just grab what's ever handier. Yeah, I think they've replaced this with that. And then that Magnolia Suite we were using, I'll move this over. It is on the annual catalog. If you all don't have one of these, give me a shout out and I will send you one. These last through June 4th, I believe. And I'm hoping this Magnolia set will carry over. But it's on page 36 and 37, the whole suite. So we use the paper and we use the sentiment from the stamp set today. Just I was going to use something else, and then I saw that paper and I thought, ooh, that looks classy. So that was the card. And remember that the foil paper is a freebie if you order $50 or more, that we use for the little flower. And if anyone places an order with me of $25 or more the month of March, I will send them the kit to make this. So I will send you a flower and all the cut pieces, some ribbon. I cannot stamp. Stampin' Up! Doesn't allow us to send stamped images through the mail. So, but you could put it together and use your own what do you call it? Sentiment that you already have. Anyway, so keep that in mind. Since I had to cancel my classes, I wanted to offer something for you all. So an order of 25 or more, I'll send you the whole kit to make this. You'll have to do all the sponging. I'm not going to do that for you. But you'll get all the cut pieces and directions to put it together. So, really nice to join you again this afternoon, and we'll see what goes on tomorrow. I've been spending a lot of time in my craft room, so maybe I'll hop on and we'll do something different tomorrow. You all have a great rest of your day, and we'll talk soon. Bye-bye.